The one Biden, all the years he had bluish green eyes. Now this new thing has brown eyes.
This is Pastor Hank Kunneman, leader of a megachurch. He's a televangelist, and he's been diving deeper and deeper into conspiracies as time goes on. There are actually a number of televangelists I've been following who've been diving headfirst into conspiracies, probably a little bit deeper than Hank Kunneman, but we can kind of get an idea for like the path that Kunneman seems to be on based on some of his other televangelist buddies and the path that they've found themselves on. Check this out. This one is from December 3rd, 2021. This is Pastor Johnny Enlow. He's basically the linchpin between QAnon and Donald Trump and Christianity. He is also a megachurch pastor. He's been asked to pray over U.S. representatives multiple times. Incredibly well known in the evangelical/televangelist world. And he had something similar to say to what Hank Kunneman has been saying recently. Check this out, what he had to say for himself, December 3rd, 2021.
People want more proof of what's presently the truth, what's going on behind the scenes. But when there is a fog of war, you can't.
Remember, he's a QAnoner, so when he says of what's going on behind the scenes, he's talking about like QAnon stuff, probably.
There's a fog of war, you can't tell. So you try to tell people President Trump is not as disempowered as you think. They want proof. Well, the proof will be forthcoming.
Great, fantastic. The proof will be forthcoming. That's all I need. That's all anybody is asking for is a little proof, because QAnon had people's goodwill and good faith for a while. A lot of gullible suckers believed the things that QAnoners said for years without demanding evidence, and that's how we got people ending up on the grassy knoll waiting for JFK Jr. to return, okay? The dude's been dead since 1994, and we have a group of QAnoners who bought into it hook, line, and sinker. They ate it up and found themselves standing on the grassy knoll waiting for JFK Jr. to come back and run for president with Donald Trump. No joke. Look, they're all wearing Q shirts.
I'm not seeing it. Sorry, I'm not seeing
it. So look, I'm sorry. I need proof now, okay? I mean, I'm not saying that I gave QAnon my goodwill and good faith. I didn't. But enough gullible suckers did that I saw what happened to them, and I'm just going to have to demand the proof. I'm sorry. Keep listening to what he says here.
The proof will be forthcoming. Over the last year, ever since November 3rd of last year till now.
So this is from 2021, I believe. So he's talking November 3rd, 2020. That's when the election took place and Trump lost.
They will find out that there is not a person on the planet that has exercised more power and authority than President Donald Trump. If anything, he made a shift from president of the United States to president of the world in the sense of how he's being used and what's taking place.
That's pretty nutty stuff, man. Doesn't get much nuttier than that, seems to me, right? Weirdly, Hank Kunneman, televangelist, megachurch pastor, friend of Kenneth Copeland, on national TV pretty frequently, is espousing these same ideas at his church on TV. This blows me away, man. And about Enlow's claim that Trump is president of the world and pulling strings behind the scenes, it's so weird to me that he can simultaneously say and believe that, which I think he does. I think he believes what he says, and also believe that, like, Biden is bad and the economy is bad and inflation is Biden's fault and the Ukraine war is Biden's fault and all of these other things are all Biden's fault. Who is in charge? Is it Biden or Trump in this guy's mind? Anyway, listen to what Kunneman says on November 9th, 2022. It's about a year after that one. But Kunneman seems to be mirroring Enlow. Listen to this.
In my opinion, there is no greater governmental positional authority on the earth than President Trump.
Sound familiar? Weird, right? He's basically repeating what this QAnoner pastor is saying.
So Brother Copeland begins to pray. When he prayed at that moment, the highest level in the natural, the highest level in the spirit, he brought something so dangerous to the devil and to this nation.
So what he's referring to here, right before the 2022 midterms, Kenneth Copeland did a campaign event with Donald Trump. I actually covered it at the time. I don't want to play the whole thing. I just want to play a second of it here. But yeah, this is the campaign event that Trump did with Copeland. He invited him up, and just listen to like the first few seconds of this. It's like nonsensical.
Thank you very much. Thank you, please.
I copied his suit.
That's weird. He did, didn't he? That's kind of a weird thing for somebody to do, okay?
There are things, this great state of Pennsylvania, liberty was born here. I've been accused of being a Christian nationalist.
Dude, okay, I feel like he hasn't even gotten through a full sentence, and every half thought that he has espoused is totally disconnected from the others. Like, there's no relation. It's like his mind is just scattershot. It's all over the place, okay? So he copied Trump's suit. Pennsylvania's the birth of the nation, and he's been accused of being a Christian nationalist. Go on. Oh, just dead silence. Okay, that works too, I guess. Don't go on. Fine. I didn't want you to go on anyways.
Our first president.
Dead silence? Our first president what? What are you trying to communicate, Kenneth? Anyway, dude's like 97 years old. You can't place much blame on him. But the point is, Copeland ended up saying a prayer with Trump that was unsurprisingly disjointed and confusing, as everybody honestly probably expected. And Hank Kunneman's response to Kenneth Copeland saying a prayer with Donald Trump is that, like, there was a meeting between the head of the spiritual and the head of the natural? What?
He prayed at that moment, the highest level in the natural, the highest level in the spirit. He brought something so dangerous to the devil and to this nation.
The highest level in the natural and the highest level in the spirit. So what he's saying is Copeland is the highest ranking prophet on planet Earth. That's what he's trying to say. And Donald Trump is the highest ranking official or representative on planet Earth. He is the president of Earth for all intents and purposes. Isn't that familiar, or isn't that similar to what Enloe said?
Of those who want to steal it. It brought the court of heaven.
These people are completely disconnected from reality and refuse to live in society with the rest of us. They want to live in their own weird little delusional world. It's nuts. What kind of watch is that? That thing looks like really expensive. Is it just me? I don't know watches very well, but that thing looks absolutely insanely expensive. Check this one out. Like I said, he's mirroring Johnny Enloe. Listen to this other thing Enloe had to say here. This is late August 2022.
There's already been a decertification. There's an understanding, a decertifying of the 2020 election. I tell you 100% it has happened in heaven.
The election has been decertified, not on earth, but in heaven. Because heaven has a Supreme Court, apparently. Absolutely bizarre, dude. Heaven has a Supreme Court because I guess God is not the ultimate judge, the ultimate arbiter. God apparently isn't the one that calls all the shots or makes all the decisions. That's the Supreme Court of heaven, okay?
And I'm saying as well, from the very beginning, people keep asking when Trump's coming back. And I said, he never left. He has been president. He has not stopped being president. He is legally the president of the United States of America. He is spiritually authorized from heaven to be so, which is the bigger deal. And so there's going to be proof of that. You want the proof of it? There is.
Would love it. That would be fantastic. I'll take anything. Please. You lost all my goodwill when you stood out there waiting for JFK Jr. to return.
Strategy and optics, why he's not in the seat where actor Biden is.
Actor Biden.
And I will say again, that's not the real Biden. And so that's for another conversation.
Dude, how did this idea catch on with so many people that Biden is like an actor. Is he dead? Is he a demon? Has he been replaced? Is there a clone? What? Just absolutely absurd. Listen to this one, mid-January 2023. This is, again, from Hank Kunneman. Check it out.
So somebody just texted me a picture of the guy that they say is Biden. And I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't look, there's several pictures. It looks nothing like the guy that is Joe Biden. Now, people say, oh, it's cosmetic surgery. I'm a cartoonist.
A cartoonist qualifies you to know if somebody had cosmetic surgery or not. Okay, I didn't know that. That's news to me.
It's cosmetic surgery. I'm a cartoonist. I also, and I'm being honest, I also am a portrait artist. And I recognize features. And I can see features and what is, I'm telling you, this is very interesting because November 4th of 2020, God said 46 doesn't exist.
Okay, so that's the day after the election is what he's saying. The day after Trump lost, I guess. Okay, God told him 46 doesn't exist. I'll remember that. Okay.
And I had a dream on November 4th. I saw where they announced the election for this fake administration. And I saw what looked like the face of what we would call Joe Biden. And the voice of the devil spoke. In fact, his face changed. Remember, I said, I don't know what's going on with his face, but it wasn't him. And listen, something's happening. You say, well, that sounds like conspiracy. I don't listen.
Yeah, a little, it does. It sounds a little like conspiracy. A shred of self-awareness coming out of this guy right now.
You say, well, that sounds like conspiracy. I don't listen to any of that stuff. I don't even listen to the news.
Okay, and the self-awareness got destroyed within seconds. So he's saying because he doesn't listen to the news, it's not possible that this is conspiracy. It's fact, I guess. Biden is a demon, confirmed, apparently.
Looking at pictures that are sent to me, I went out and researched it myself, said, okay, typed in what, and I'm like, come on, man. And so, for one, the one Biden, all the years he had bluish green eyes. Now this new thing has brown eyes.
Okay, wow, this new thing. There's more than one Biden, apparently. This is absolutely disconnected from reality. Seriously. I don't know what else to call it.
So, let's be honest. I think we're being played.
Oh, are we being honest now? This is just nuts, dude. Does this guy really believe the stuff that he says? I have to wonder. I think the answer is yes. I think he does believe this stuff. But I will be damned if it's not hard to tell when he espouses the strangest stuff like this. It's nuts, man. Before we continue, I just wanted to mention something. If you like what I do and you want to see me continue to do it, you can support me in a few ways. First, there's Patreon. That's probably the best way. But if you want to get something back for your support, you can check out my Teespring. Or you can check out my Telltale Unfiltered channel. I go through long-form, unhinged sermons from all kinds of people, from Hank Kunneman to Greg Locke to Jehovah's Witnesses. So give it a look. Links are in the description. Okay, now back to the video. Check this out. This is another example of him mirroring Johnny Enlow and Johnny Enlow's ideas. Late September 2022.
For those in the body of Christ who keep saying, I am not a conspiracy theorist, you are saying something that's totally incongruent with Scripture, with the admittance of Scripture itself, that the nations, the leaders of nations, are always in conspiracy against God.
Okay, so he's conflating terms. I think this is actually called equivocation, where he starts out using a specific term, conspiracy, and he flips the meaning of that term mid-sentence practically. So when he started out, we were talking about conspiracy theories. JFK Jr. is still alive. Atheists are drinking adrenochrome and controlling the world as elites or something like that. I mean, there are a billion absolutely unhinged conspiracy theories out there, right? And by the way, he believes that stuff. He believes all of that I just listed right there. And then, right in the middle of the sentence, practically, he flipped it and changed the meaning to be something different. He says, everyone is in conspiracy against God. Or, what was it he said exactly? Let me just step back, hear it again.
The leaders of nations are always in conspiracy against God.
Right. Leaders of nations are always in conspiracy against God. Conspiracy theories and conspiracy against a person have two totally different meanings. You can be arrested for conspiracy. I mean, there are a lot of January 6th people that were arrested for seditious conspiracy. A conspiracy is just a plan to commit an act. A conspiracy theory is very different. He's trying to link the two things in your mind because he thinks it makes him look a little less ridiculous.
Evil men in high places are always in conspiracy against God. That's why he tells us, you are the light of the world. You arise and shine. You are the salt of the earth, because those who are separated from God and his kingdom will not contend for anything other than their own ways, and it will be a way of wickedness. And so this is why conspiracies exist.
Conspiracies exist. Conspiracy theories are a totally separate thing. The earth is not flat, okay? We landed on the moon. These are just facts. Whether you like that or not, this is how it happened. This is true. We landed on the moon. There are not a group of elites that call themselves the cabal or whatever going around drinking the blood of innocents. I'm dead serious. He believes this stuff. They're not like abducting kids and taking advantage of them and taking part in this huge race. It's just all made up garbage. Just because the term conspiracy is a colloquial term within society that can be used in the judicial system and means something other than conspiracy theory does not validate all of your ridiculous claims.
Conspiracies have been proven. What has been revealed to all of us, even in recent days, is President Trump aligning himself clearly, distinctly, as being congruent, working with in some way, however you want to look at it, with what is the Q plan, which has been revealing for 5 years.
Right. So as I said earlier, he's a QAnoner, a full-blown QAnon believer. And it seems like Hank Kunneman's going down that road pretty heavily, if he's not already fully down that road. I haven't seen Kunneman come out and explicitly endorse QAnon or Q beliefs or whatever yet, but it wouldn't surprise me at all based on what he's already said. So QAnon came into existence 2017, I think, and they bought into a bunch of full-blown conspiracy theories, like JFK Jr. is going to return and run as Trump's vice president in the next presidential election. They believe that elites are drinking the blood of innocents to stay young and live forever. I mean, God, they believe they, as in the elites, are bringing in immigrants from Mexico and all over the place and trying to get them citizenship so that they can vote Republicans out, and they're trying to microchip you so that you get the mark of the beast. I mean, it gets absolutely nuts, dude. Those are some of the crazy ideas that this guy has
been revealing for 5 years. All who have followed Q have been considered and called conspiracy theorists, and every single one of them has been proven already.
Every single one of them. I mean, I just listed a few of them. Every single one has been proven. I mean, I'll take the proof. I'll take anything at this point. I thought he said the proof was forthcoming earlier. Seems to me that means it's not here, right? The guy lives in a fantasy land, and he's dragging people down with him.
Now, there's some in the community go off into other depths of it, but you have to understand the primary elements that were brought out 5 years ago, that there is a group of world leaders who are a cult, and they're a satanic cult, and they're pedophiles, and they traffic children, they traffic people, they steal blood, they do sacrifices. That is not a conspiracy theory. If you still think it is, you are blind. Get your head out of the sand.
This is sad, dude. This is straight up sad. Is he ever going to come back to reality with the rest of us? It doesn't seem like it, honestly. It seems like he's dragging more people down with him. Absolutely nuts, man. And that's not even as crazy as it gets. Johnny Enlow doesn't bring this stuff up terribly often because he knows it makes him look like a nutter butter. But you can look to other people who are part of the same movement to get an idea of the types of claims that they espouse. You remember Hank Kunneman earlier talking about Biden being a clone or a demon or an actor, an imposter to some degree? This is Kirsten Weldon. She is a full-blown QAnoner, or was. She died of COVID. It was April 2021, I think. She died of COVID after spending the previous year and a half of her life demonizing people getting the vaccine. She died of COVID. Listen to her take on the QAnon movement. She's the one espousing it. These are the people that believe this stuff. Johnny Enlow, Hank Kunneman. Listen to what she says about it. Mid-July 2020, 9 months before she actually died.
Okay, so 15th, 16th, and 17th from my military intel,
She does not have military intel.
he's going to be triangulated by 3 FBI agents. And on these 3 dates, 15th, 16th, and 17th, one of these days, they're going to try to take him out. This is what? The 50th?
She's talking about Donald Trump. She thinks that her military intel, which she does not have, told her that they were going to try to take Trump out. Who is they? Got me. Nobody knows. Some secretive cabal that, runs trafficking rings and tries to drink people's blood and stuff.
15th, 16th, and 17th, one of these days, they're going to try to take him out. This is what? The 55th attempt?
55 attempts on Trump's life, supposedly. Okay.
And they have taken out 2 of his clones. So just FYI, yes, there's clones out there that are his.
They have taken out 2 of his clones. Okay.
Not have survived without the clones. So FYI. And we can really tell the difference between the clones by the tie. Sometimes the yellow tie, the red tie, and the blue tie Trump. The blue tie Trump is a happy clone that's very good at golf. The yellow tie Trump is not, that smart.
I love it. So she's come up with excuses for why Trump says and does things that don't make sense every now and then. You're looking at a clone. When Trump says something that is absolutely dumb as dog, it's just a clone. See, that's how it works. The real Trump is way smarter than that.
That smart, and the real Trump usually is the red tie Trump.
These people are unhinged from reality, dude. Unhinged. And like I said, these ideas that she just espoused are eerily similar to what televangelist and friend of Kenneth Copeland, Hank Kunneman, has to say. He has been talking about Biden being a clone or being fake or an actor or an imposter to some degree for like a while now. And it's getting weird. I just don't know what to make of this. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Mr. QTube, first name Fa. Televangelists have my best interests at heart. I didn't know their bank accounts having millions of dollars in them were in my best interest. Seriously. Well, you joke, but they really do say that. I've been reading this book by Kenneth Copeland all the way from 1974, dude. This book is written in 1974. The book's name is The Laws of Prosperity, and it's Kenneth Copeland's attempt to convince you that if you pay him your money, God will give you more. All you have to do is put your money in Kenneth Copeland's bank account, and more money will come back to you tenfold, just like that. Boom. That's prosperity gospel for you. It's nonsense, and it's predatory garbage, and he's taking advantage of people's gullibility and love for Jesus. And if there were a hell, he would be going there for that, for being a prosperity preacher like that.